Our regular guest on Energy Matters, brought to you today by our friends at the Coalition for a Secure Energy Future. Ide Bailey and Tioga, the energy and innovation capital of North Dakota. The president of the Lignite Energy Council is here, Jason Bohrer. Jason, welcome back. How are you?
Good.
Fantastic. What does it feel like? I don't know that I've talked to you since Election Day. I guess we might have talked early on after the election, but not since the inaugural and a new president. Are things significantly different in the Lignite world?
It's a great feeling to know you got somebody in the White House who agrees that you need all of the above.
You know, this is one thing I don't know that the lignite industry gets enough credit for, but there are some in the energy world that are all about, their area. And you have, for some time now, been very vocal about wanting a true all-of-the-above energy solution. And really, with our energy needs, that's the wise way to go anyway, right?
Well, we do that because at the end of the day, our members are trying to provide the best value they can to their consumers, keep costs low. And we recognize that coal provides the best value for base load power, but there are times when there's other ways to supplement that make sense for everybody, and we ought to support that. We think the best energy policy is to let people use the energy that is cheapest and most reliable, and to implement policies that allow utilities the flexibility they need to make the best choices for the people who buy their electricity. That's the only thing that makes sense.
It sure does. Wanted to ask you a little bit about the ongoing legislative session and how the industry is faring in the legislature. What's the key priority for you this year?
Really, our priority this session is to maintain the commitment of the state of North Dakota to research and development in the energy industry. We believe that even with the new president, we still need to make sure that we're addressing the issue of carbon dioxide, but we also need to make sure that we're addressing the power and technology to just move the industry forward, to make power more efficiently than we have before, to find new ways to utilize coal, and to continue to provide value to the North Dakota resident.
We're talking with Jason Bohrer from the Lignite Energy Council today on Energy Matters. I saw a survey recently we've been talking about where the public supports this too, the idea of research. This is something the public understands and consumers grasp. Tell us a little bit about that, Jason.
The folks in North Dakota have seen where energy, what the revolutions can happen when you have access to affordable energy, and they support continued investment into research and development. And I think it's because they recognize that this is what's going on around the world, and it's going on no matter what your source of fuel is. I think that we do a good job of being told by the national media about all these developments in renewable technology, and it's true. Wind, solar, they've gotten cheaper. What we haven't done is done a good job of saying, hey, the same technology that moves renewables forward also moves coal-fired power forward. So you get the sense that the people in North Dakota understand that every form of energy is investing in research and development, and every kind of energy can return gains when that is happening.
Yeah, exactly. Does the legislature approve that? Is it an administrative line item? How exactly do the dollars get allocated?
Well, right now, some of the taxes that are levied on the coal industry itself are diverted back into this research and development fund that we have. It's something that the people of North Dakota approved of years ago. The coal industry got behind it. The legislature supports it. What we're asking for this session is to look out into the future and say, what can we do to get that next leap of technology forward? And that's going to entail looking at the R&D question a little differently. It won't just be smaller incremental improvements. We're looking at generational improvements, leaps forward in technology. That's going to require some changes, administrative changes, as you mentioned, as well as long-term changes to North Dakota law, the way we look at energy policy development, and really the deployment of all new technologies.
Makes sense. Anything else you want to tell our listeners today, Jason?
Just as you turn on that light today when you come home from work, as you fire up that TV to watch something, just thank a coal miner for providing you that power today, because that's where it's coming from today.
Our good neighbors. All across this great state, very much, as I say that all the time, imagine getting up every day and your job is to provide reliable, affordable energy. That's a pretty important part of everything we do in the great state of North Dakota, for sure. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate the update very much.
Thank you.
You bet. Jason Bohrer of the Lignite Energy Council.